up right where we left off last week. And this is the start of a new vlog. Welcome. I am doing the Renaissance Readathon, which is based off of Beyonce's Renaissance album. I'm also doing the Bookoplathon. I finished my first book for my first roll on that. The second roll, I picked up the book for that already, though I haven't started yet. I am reading my first book, I think, for the Renaissance Readathon, though I thought it was supposed to be Black authors only, and I think maybe it's not. So that opens up the possibilities, which I'm fine with. I was okay with only reading Black authors, but like my first two roles for Bookoplathon were definitely not Black authors, so I was a little concerned. Wanted to make sure I got some stuff in there, but also currently reading, I started it Sunday, Harbor by Rebekah Weatherspoon. This is book 3 in the Beards and Bondage series. I'm about 15% of the way through it. I'm reading the ebook on my Kindle, and I'm enjoying it. I had forgotten this is kind of romantic suspense, very, very light on the suspense part, in my opinion. This is a series with characters who are related to each other in some way. The female character in the first book is close friends with the female character in the second book, who is the sister of the female main character here in this third book. And yeah, she's already shown up. These guys are guys. I'm assuming maybe they all have beards. I'm trying to remember now. The first two were interracial romances. This is not. This is also a polyamorous romance. I think I said threesome, and there's that possibility for that because they're not in a relationship yet, but I'm assuming eventually they will be, because this is a romance. Why else will we be following these people? So yeah, I forgot about the suspense part of things, or I thought this was going to be a little bit different, and more like the suspense from the first two. In the first two, something happens at the very beginning of the book that is it's very violent to the female main characters, and so it's not really on page too much, but the suspense is there, and then it slowly like trickles away throughout the rest of the book. That's why I said I don't think it's very suspenseful. It's a violent act, though. In the second book, it is on page. It is on page. So forget I just said that. But it is very violent acts. Each is different from the others, but it happens to the female main characters. Like, they're involved. In this one, the violent act happens to tertiary characters, and now we're trying to figure out why. So this book starts off with Vaughn, one of the two guys. The poly relationship will be male male female, or male female male, or however, whatever order. 2 males and 1 woman, and 1 female. But so the 2 males were in a relationship with another woman already, and they were in Vaughn's perspective, one of the guys, and he has found out recently that Corin, his partner, has been killed, and he finds out that she was killed on this trip where she was cheating on him and their other partner, Shaw. So they were dealing with that. When we switched to the female main character, Brooklyn, I don't know why my brain blanked on that. I live here in New York City. Brooklyn should be second only to Bronx as far as names that I remember. Brooklyn has also found out that her fiance was on a trip where he was cheating on her with Corin. They were both killed, and they were shot by Corin's stalker, which no one knew about. So we're dealing with grief. There's some relational issues on one side or the other. Corin's mother did not accept Shaw and Vaughn and this polyamorous relationship, so they're not allowed at the funeral for Corin. Also, on Brooklyn's end, her fiance was a white man, and his white family loves her, but they seem to have known that he was a cheater and didn't say anything. But they're also like wanting her to grieve with them, but she's still grieving, but also angry. And I just got to the part where the three of them meet. The three of the partners left behind who were cheated on, meeting together in a hotel room to chat. There's gonna be some sex because homegirl showed up at her hotel room door in a nightgown, and no bra on. So, you know, they're grieving, there's alcohol. Like, I see the clues that the author is putting in here. They don't know exactly why this guy was stalking Corin or what's going on with the cheating, like why, and they can't get answers, so there's that. I'm into it. It's probably gonna be a quick read when I get around to it. I was supposed to be doing some shopping this morning, but the car wouldn't start, so that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna work on laundry, separating dirty clothes to get them washed, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, and putting away clean clothes. That check pattern thing there, I gotta hang up stuff, and maybe editing and uploading another video today. This week I do want to go to do some stewardship at the park, and tomorrow morning and Wednesday I have full moon ritual with my coven. I need to shop for some vegan marshmallows. Otherwise it's editing and probably getting my shop ready for proper autumn readiness. Okay, we're here for roll number 3 of the month. No more doubles, thank God. That's a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Third person perspective. That's pretty easy. I'll read for that prompt I already have out. Heaven Official's Blessing, Volume 2, MXTX. Well, Xiang Chong Shu. If there's one language I know I butcher the pronunciation of, it is Chinese. So I read Volume 1, but I read an unofficial fan translation. This is a Danmei novel, but now, due to popularity, has been translated officially by Seven Seas Entertainment. This is still really good. I think, I don't remember if this counts as wuxia as well. I had to ask my friend again, but that will be my read for third person. And I have it already. It is from the library, but I've had it out for a while. I just haven't gotten to it, and I need to. It looks really thick, but it's just mostly, it's 300, less than 400 pages, 389, and there's like guides and pronunciations and stuff, which is nice. I didn't have that too much together. Let's do the next roll though, because I can work on where I need to go to the library. I have, again, books I want to read. So the roll number 4. Guys, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know if I can read 8 books. It's already almost midnight on the 13th, so the 14th. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most recent purchase. So I don't purchase books. I get them from the library. Okay. My most recent library pickup was for roll number 2, so that don't count. There is a book on hold at the library for me currently. We'll see. I think this is gonna be on hold as well. I'm gonna have to wait a while for that one. Roll number 5. So much for rolling as I go, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll just go to the library and pick a random book, but I don't want to. Or I know what I want to get from the library. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Oh, on the cover. These are, okay, cover. People on the cover. And thankfully, I've got two graphic novels that will fit. Got The Black Mage, this graphic novel, or House of Slaughter, this graphic novel. I probably want to pick The Black Mage though, because it's also fit for Renaissance-athon, I think. I mean, there's black people, so that's all that matters, and it's a black author and artist. That's what matters to me. I'm kind of sort of doing my hair here while chatting. A reading update. I hopefully included a clip of my next 2 Bookopoly rolls, I think, because one is gonna be a book that I already have here, and the next, I don't know. I'm just like talking out my ass here. I'm sitting here because I'm doing my hair and my dresser's right here. I do my recent reads here and also whatever else I decide. This is like my filming location. I just filmed a wrap, or the start of my mid-September wrap up. I'm gonna go to the library to return those books. The outfit is different. TMI, right? But I often enough film my wrap-ups, especially in the clothes I wore the day before. Because I'll take a shower or whatever, but I don't know what I want to wear yet. I don't know how I want to do my hair and all of that stuff, so it's just easier to put on what I had on, unless it's dirty, like obviously, and switch afterwards, since I've had time to let my brain think about it. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing my hair after having filmed. I'm read about halfway through Harbor now, and That's the one thing I forgot about this series, the Beards in Bondage. They are short. I wish I had more. We skipped some time. Like I said before, the things are just the suspense part was very much in the beginning, and now they're just kind of dealing with their grief. They did not have sex in that second meeting or whatever, that I thought like intelligent beings. Then they didn't see each other for a while, 16 months. And so now they're all together at Shaw's beach house, and they have had sex. Something, what was I gonna say? This reminded me of something. I don't know. I'm gonna say the sex scenes are good, but when are they ever not? With Rebekah Weatherspoon. Oh, what I wanted to say is I was upset because one of the reasons I started reading this series is because I read the bearded nanny or babysitter, redheaded. I don't remember the title right now, but I love that. That was my first Rebekah Weatherspoon, and then I read it again. Like, oh, this is a character that was in this series, and this is a character that was in that series. And there's another book coming out where she does that called Zenny, and I've had Zenny on my wish list, but I'm not reading Zenny because I wanted to read the series before. Lo and behold, Zenny is mentioned in this book, and I'm just like, she came for a visit with her husband, and I'm just like, are you serious? So I could have read Zenny, but no, not really, because I still need to read the other series by Rebekah Weatherspoon, whose name I don't remember. I was not ready for this clip. But yeah, so right now I'm going to my local library to return these books. I haven't updated you guys because I haven't really been reading. It's been busy. I got a new wedding client. I don't really talk about events and things on this channel, but that is another business I have, event planning, and one of the offshoots for that is I officiate weddings. And my officiating this is something I do every now and then. It brings in more money quicker. It's relatively easier on the whole because I don't have overhead. But an old college friend contacted me about doing her wedding, and it's soon. So in conversation with her and working on some things, because I have not officiated since just before the pandemic, and I needed to like remind myself of the process I have, the system, and I had been in the midst of updating my contract at the time, and so yeah, I needed to sit down and just like type that up. I also am planning a workshop I'm doing completely unrelated for another event, a shadow care retreat. I was working that event, I still am, but as just like event staff, but I was asked if I want to do a workshop, willing to, and I said yes, and so now I have to put that together. I'm basing it off of what I've done before for free at a festival, so, but yeah, work things. So this is more witchy and thinking about incorporating tarot and oracle, and because it is a retreat at a place not owned by the person running the retreat, we want to keep things like paint out of the process. So working on basically creating ephemera, I guess, and just like sitting and thinking about what I want to say, what I want to do, what I want to offer for that workshop, and getting my shop ready for fall. All of these things, just no time. I had last night full moon ritual with my coven, and I did ask for some magic, so we worked on that. And whenever I have ritual, I get home late. Usually around midnight, maybe if I'm lucky 11. But I always feel like it's Friday night afterwards. So, like, I'm tired, but I'm also hyped. So I was up till 5 a.m. mostly dancing around. I thought about recording a clip because I was reading as well, but I was basically reading in my Kindle in the dark with it in dark mode so it wouldn't hurt my eyes. And not properly dressed. I just figured, why? So that's my update. I hope to finish Harbor today. Maybe I'll start The Goal, or I'll read one of those graphic novels. I don't know when I'm gonna go out to the other library locations. It depends on my car fare for this week, which I'll find out or figure out the details of later today. Oh, I want to show you guys a book haul from the library. So these are all my options for roll number 4, most recent purchase. I got Wasp Day Diaries by Jamila Rouser and Robin Smith. Got With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I got Ace, which I had started reading, and yeah, this nonfiction, it's just very academic, and so reading it slowly, I probably don't want to put this as that prompt. Both of these will also count for Renaissance Readathon. Row ad, wow. Please. I don't need to be attacked in fiction as well as real life like this. South Bronx, y'all. Sobro is not a thing. We're not allowing that. Saturday, we watched some more Rings of Power. I'm going to clean chicken and then cook dinner from some of that. But I wanted to let you know I finished Harbor by Rebekah Weatherspoon, and I enjoyed it. I found myself smiling most of the time. I like the relationship. We went like back and forth. I wish we had more time with them, because you know, there are times there's half the book they weren't together. But it is what it is. I've started reading my book for roll 2, The Goal, I think it is. Yeah, because I'm going to be cleaning chicken and then cooking, I can't really read that. So I'm going to start listening to the audiobook for The Fire on High, which what is my pick, or it's not a pick, but it's something for Renaissance Readathon. I never remember the prompts for anything, as you know by now. Tonight, I made plans with my friends to have like a listening party in Discord. Beyonce's Renaissance is one of those because I still haven't gotten through the full album yet. But we're also gonna listen to NCT 127 and some other K-pop artists that have recently come out with stuff. So I might show you a little bit of that. But let me get to work on dinner.
When you are missing someone you love. Ingredients: 2 cans of coconut milk, handful of white sugar, 4 shakes of cornstarch, pinch of salt, bunch of lemon verbena leaves.
I figured I'd give you an update. I'm not naked, by the way. It's a tube top. Oh, where am I? I started yesterday reading The Goal by Elle before in the off-campus series, and I am almost done actually, which is great because that was my goal, to finish this in 2 days. So I will tell you about it. This is a contemporary romance series. There's sports romance. We're following various members of this university's hockey team, the Briar University, and I started this last year or earlier this last year. I actually started this series, offshoot series called Briar U, and I realized after the first book, which I loved, that it was an offshoot, so I came back to read these. I haven't read one of these in a couple of months, and I was in the mood for romance, and I know I like these, so this I put in on one of my chance cards, even though I didn't need to read this book. For Bookoplathon, this is my second roll, which was a part, and this was the book on it. In this one, we're following seniors Sabrina and Tuck. Tucker is on the school hockey team. He's not gonna go pro. He's originally from Texas. Briar U is in like Massachusetts somewhere, I believe. He, you know, a kind of romantic guy, expected to fall in love with his college girlfriend and, you know, be engaged with her by the time he graduated. That didn't happen. But senior year, he meets Sabrina James, who he's heard about because she's like the mortal enemy of Dean, who we met in the previous book. Dean, who is very promiscuous and in the same law program or pre-law program as Sabrina, and they have a somewhat rough past together just from being in classes, and they don't like each other. But Sabrina is known kind of as being an ice princess, but she also only has sex with jocks. no relationships, and we find out it's because Sabrina is from a very poor background. She's trying to get her. I moved closer because I was only far away, so you can see I'm not naked. I'm not naked. Anyway, Sabrina seems the way she is because she is very focused on getting herself out of being poor, basically. And her whole focus is getting through pre-law and then getting into Harvard Law School so she can become a lawyer and that. They don't hit it off at first, other than sexually, or Sabrina at least acts like they don't, but there is the chemistry there. They change. I just enjoy the series. There's not much to say about it beyond that, and I am working on completing this series. After this book 4, there's only one more in Off Campus, and I can finally move on to book 5. I'm literally almost done. I do want to go outside today, so I might go read these last little bit in the park. I don't know if I'll give you another update today, but I will say I also started with The Fire on High yesterday. I haven't read more of it. I'll brief you on what that book is and why I'm reading it in the next vlog, the start of the next vlog. I've basically been reading this weekend and working on some tarot and oracle stuff. We're studying the Herb Crafter's Tarot. I've got this shadow care retreat on from the September 30th to the 3rd, and I'm doing a workshop, so I'm trying to make sure I have everything for that. Also, I think I said someone asked me to marry them, so my first client post-pandemic, working on that, and next week is gonna be a lot. But I need to edit videos, that's the thing. I wanted to definitely have been doing that, and I haven't been. I found out that the first vlog that I thought was almost done, just needed to do a voiceover for. I accidentally deleted files, even though I hadn't finished exporting it. So I have to now re-edit that. Vlogs are what set me back. If you're wondering, like, why hasn't she posted this, that, and the other? This happens every time. This is why last year I said I wasn't going to be doing any more vlogs. And here we are. Here we are. Alright, I'm going to go. I think B-roll is all I'll have from here out, but I might pop in to let you know I finished the goal and that I am going to do like my closing remarks or whatever. So I finished this vlog. I did all the voiceovers. How to export. Alright guys, I need to wrap up this vlog even though it's several days later, but I don't know what was in my B-roll. I didn't get to go outside, but I did read one last thing, so here I am. This is The Black Mage by Daniel Barnes and DJ Kirkland. Both black men. Oh, this is more for the Renaissance Readathon. I think in last week's vlog or the week before, I don't know, in some vlog I showed you me going to the library and I kind of just randomly picked this up. I knew mostly what I was getting into when I read this. I haven't rated it yet. I don't know what prompts. I forget which song it is, but for the main character getting shit done, that would fit this. I'm just gonna read the back. This is a little ridiculous. Magic University in need of some diversity. Like, this leans very heavily into the racism and the prejudices and also the sarcasm and satire. Like, heavily. So, this is not subtext, what I'm about to read. Somewhere in America, high above a pristine lake, floats St. Ivory Academy, an elite wizarding school whose enchanted halls have only ever been graced by the most talented and white young spellcasters. But times are changing and breaking down the social divide between white mages and their separate but equal black mage counterparts. What better way to prove their unwavering dedication to a more diverse and inclusive wizarding community than through their magical minority initiative? Affirmative action scholarship that will open St. Ivory's doors to the first ever black student. But the lucky recipient, Tom Token, guess that is his name, has his work cut out for him, to say the least. His classmates hate him, his teachers talk down to him, everyone thinks he draws magical powers from grape drink. I kid you not. For some reason. And that's all before a bunch of weird occurrences cause him to start questioning the school's true intentions for enrolling him. With help from his student liaison, Lindsay Whitethorn, and his pet crow, Jim, yeah, that's right, Jim Crow, and a couple of vaguely familiar ghosts who've been haunting the school, Tom must unravel a sinister conspiracy that dates all the way back to the Civil War and could cost him his very soul. Honestly, this is most of the story. So the art style I do enjoy. Let me show you something that's not like spoilery. Here we go. And I hope that comes off. I have the flash on because I'm dark. But if it doesn't, I'll just edit some stuff on the screen. But yeah, like, we don't meet several teachers. We meet one teacher. We meet pretty much only two other classmates, though we see a couple of others at lunch. The story just is very rushed, I will say. But the art style is like a video game, and then the story has like that magical school Hogwarts type thing going on. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I got exactly what I expected from what the back told me. The reveals at the end were not really shocking. This was kind of anime, like 90s anime type storytelling, if I'm gonna be honest, but not drawn out. Some things give reference to video games, like the fight scenes critical, and their magic when it shows up is very ridiculous. When the bad guy shows up, his robes float around and all kinds of things. And also, I'm not gonna lie, this storyline is very similar to Ace of Spades. So yeah, but that's That's that. That's the end of this vlog. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you are new, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. I'm trying to catch up on my recent reads videos, so hopefully it's soon. Share this video, that would help my channel, as well as liking it. If you want to leave a comment, leave a hammer emoji. It's a little bit of a mystery, but yes, please, if you don't know what to comment. And links in my description to everything that I've mentioned here, as well as a 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop if you'd like to check that out. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.